Common Core State Standards, Math, 7th grade, Number Systems 3, Numbers Quantity 2A, and we're talking about triple signs. And so we're talking about positive and negative integers and how to add and subtract. And remember the video before, when we have the same signs, there are two rules, so they're both positive or both negative. You add up the digit only, and then you add the sign. If they're different, one's positive, one's negative, or the opposite, then you are to subtract the digits and add the sign of the larger. Well, here is the third little shortcut on learning your operations with integers, and it's what I call triple signs. And so you'll have something like 14, and then you'll see something like plus a negative 6. All right, well, this is what I call a triple sign because really this is a positive there. So you have three signs. You have a positive, and a negative. Well, you're going to take those and you're going to turn these two into one. And if they're different signs, they are subtract. 14, bring down the rest of the story. And now you have different signs, and different signs say if they're different, you are to subtract the digits. You get 8, and the larger digit is positive, so the answer is positive 8. So let's go through the two rules for the triple signs because all of them have two rules. So the first rule is you are going to change two signs to one sign. And that means that if you have these two, like these two here, come together, and usually it's by a parentheses, you're going to have like a positive and a positive side by side. You are to change those and they become a positive, one positive. And if there's a negative with a parentheses, negative inside number, you are to change those and those become positive because they're both the same. And if you have 1 and a negative, they're different, so they're subtracting, or 1 and maybe a positive in here. I've never seen that, but let's go for that. So those two signs become one sign. So if they're both positive, they become a positive. If they're both negative, they become a positive. They're both the same. And if it's positive, negative, the two of them become negative, and negative, positive become negative. This is crazy, but we'll go through it. So the next one would be if I have negative 14 minus a plus 6. Now you would never see a plus 6, but I just put it in there so you know that there are triple signs. So you have a parentheses, that's a clue. And so we're going to circle these, and a negative positive is right here, and those two become a negative, negative 14, negative 6. All right, and the second part of that is, so we changed one sign. So the second rule for triple is check to see if it's same signs or different signs. Just like we did the video before. Different signs. So same signs, these are same signs because they're both negative. They're negative 14 and a negative 6. Same signs, you are to add the digits. 14 plus 6 is 20, and add the sign. All right, so the two rules for the triple signs are you change two signs side by side to one, and then you have to go back to see if it's the same or different and follow those rules. So let's go again with some more practice because this is tricky. It's the most used one. So if I have a negative 3 and I'm adding a negative 8 and adding positive, the same thing. Oh, it's a triple. I have two signs right together, and I have a positive, negative, and that's right here, positive, negative, and that becomes a negative. So negative 3 minus 8, that's an 8, sorry. Let me write that over. Negative 8. So they're both the same signs. So you add them up and add the sign. Let's do another one because these are quite tricky and you'll see them the most. So let's go with negative 4 minus a negative 10. Okay, they are double signs because for one thing, there's a parenthesis, so it can be a double sign. And sure enough, there's two signs together. And a negative, negative, they're both the same. They become a positive. So it's -4 plus 10. Look how I'm writing it down. And now I have different signs. One's a negative, one's a positive, and the different signs say, if they're different, subtract them, and take the sign of the larger. Well, the larger one is 10, so it is 6. Hope this helps. We're going to get plenty of practice. Thank you.